15th day, month of rain. I put my whalebone carving on a shelf, but I could not see it from some parts of the room, so I made a little pedestal for it. Looks nice in the candlelight. 15th day, month of rain. Sometimes I dream about it. And the dreams make sound like the wind going through a broken window. On some nights the wind sounds like a voice. I was supposed to go to the docks to ship out, but I remembered too late. It was days ago. These really do have a negative effect on some people. Corvo seems to be doing fine, but others are driven mad by them. There are no entry. Maybe if someone who isn't chosen by the outsider gets them, maybe it has a really negative effect. Then again, maybe it drives them mad even if they are chosen. Just depends on their individual fortitude. Journal entry part 3. 18th day, month of rain. Actually, I was thinking I did see an anime more recently than the 2 examples I gave earlier on in this session. The Gravitation anime and the Death Note. I did see one much more recently. It was back in 2016. 7 Deadly Sins. For those who haven't seen it, it's a fantasy thing. It's set in Scotland, though. Like, while you see a map of it, it only vaguely. It generally looks like Scotland. It looked kind of off, so that's why I didn't notice it immediately. And they make one reference to an English place before King Arthur turns up. Yeah. So it's just, I didn't realize it was straight out Scotland until later on. I just thought I noticed a similarity on the map, and one of the names sounded familiar. Didn't pin it as Scotland. But yeah, basically it's set in a I assume it's meant to be Scotland. One of the places was called like Gwynedd or something, and King Arthur turned up. Then again, who bloody knows? Things can be weird. What was I going to say? Yeah, it's set in fantasy Scotland, and there was a legendary group of knights. Not sure if their name at the time was this, but they were called 7 Deadly Sins, or they're at least called that now. But they apparently went evil, and they've been wanted for years. But growing up, a princess was actually told quite positive stories about them by the king, by our father. So when someone else goes rogue and takes over the kingdom, she runs to go find them. And basically the first season, which is all that was on Netflix at the time, was about them. The first episode, she stumbles right into one of the guys, and it's about them, recruiting most of the 7 Deadly Sins. There's some that still don't turn up. Presumably they'll be found in the second season. Finding the sins, running into a few stuff along the way, but ultimately trying to rectify what's going on. Freeing her family and the kingdom ultimately. There's a lot of fan service, lewd humor, that kind of thing. It may sound really serious, but it's also plenty of other stuff to it. And the lewd stuff actually comes plot relevant. For example, they're going through a forest and it's all foggy and misty. Well, not misty, but foggy. And at one stage ago, the guy had a restaurant. The first sin she runs into, he had a restaurant, and he makes her wear this. He's incredible pervert, so he makes her wear this outfit as part of her waitress gear with a very short skirt. So they're in the forest, and they're going along, and she feels something hit off her ass, basically, and she squeals, thinking it's a monster or something. No, it's just him. Groping her yet again, and stealing her panties. Then they run into some monsters that are perfect doppelgangers of her, and he managed to identify which one was the real one by making them do different things. And when she refused to jump up into the air because he stole her panties, he immediately knew to kill the rest. It is weird. I still watch the whole season in a few sittings, but yeah, I'll just sit there and turn through it, kind of thing. But it's still weird. Still very weird. Of course, there's fighting, plenty of other stuff to it. It's not just, vague, we got to save the kingdom and rope the princess plot. But it's just that's what's coming to mind at the moment. In all honesty, if you want to know more about it, I'm sure there's a trailer or something out there. Or watch the first episode. It probably will give you a better idea than what I would. Though, to be honest, that probably goes for everything I tell you about. Watch the trailer, actually watch the thing. It'll give you a better idea, because when I'm talking about something, and I mentioned this earlier, when I was talking about Trigun, as I'm talking, I'll think of examples that actually contradict what I'm saying. And then if I try and work them into what I'm saying and say, well, it's wrong, it's this, I'll think of some other examples and I'll have to keep doing it. So, and if I don't do that, I'll probably just, it's safe those examples I don't think of them. They just end up untaught and I just give you the wrong material. Well, the wrong breakdown thing, so it's fucked either way. Ooh, excuse me. But yeah, basically, it's just a good idea to look into it yourselves. But ultimately, I found the 7 Deadly Sins. It was enjoyable enough. I would go back and see the second season if it turned up. But it wasn't, best anime ever. It was passable. It was serviceable. Maybe I'm playing it down a bit, but I don't really get too excited about things, Well, I do get really excited about things, yes, but it depends on the thing. Some things are more like, it was fun. Other things are, and of course that's how everyone is. But I just find I just don't have any strong feelings on a lot of things, I found that, on a lot of shows and whatnot, found that was serviceable. So yeah. There was another show I did see, Detective Conan or something. High school detective turned into a wee little kid. Still a detective, but wee little kid now. Saw a bit of it. Wasn't too interested. It seemed like it could be interesting, but it was just the first episode I saw was he was talking with some kids that they knew, and they went over to his place, and he was there with his older brother, cause the older brother's girlfriend had died or something, or maybe it was the guy was there with his girlfriend. The kid was there with his sister's boyfriend, and the sister died or something, or it was something like that. I mainly remember the cop thing earlier, where the guy thought he had accidentally somehow managed to get it's one of his co-workers pregnant or something, and she was wanting him to take responsibility. But I don't think that was the intent at all. It was just, phrased to be a misunderstanding, I didn't watch the whole episode. I kind of lost interest. So, yeah. But anyway, basically, yeah, the 7 Deadly Sins. It was entertaining. It was serviceable. It was fun. I wouldn't give it rave reviews. I wouldn't, sacrifice my newborn to it. But it was maybe give the kid 5 years, then sacrifice it. Journal entry part 3. 18th day, month of rain. My cousin came, but we fought over it. When I came into the room, he was holding it. I screamed at him and we fought. Now I am filled with remorse. 26th day, month of rain. He's still sitting in the corner, across from the candles. He was a thief. 2nd day, month of wind. Wonder how he knew about it. Coming to dinner was a trick. Maybe he told others. 7th day. Barricades in the halls now, outside. It is safe now. 11th day, month of wind. The watch came, taking people away. The neighbors. Someone in the building has the rat plague. Gone now. Promise to protect me. Each night, it promises. Who?
Rivers change course over many lifetimes, and eventually all bridges tumble down. 1,000 years ago, there was another city on this spot. The people carved the bones of whales into runes and inscribed them with my mark. Children still find them washed up in the river mud. Anton Sokolov has made a great study of my runes, but he's not special like you are. He wasn't chosen, and he doesn't wear my mark, so he can't unlock their secrets. Sokolov believes there are specific words and acts that can compel me to appear before him. He searches old temples in Pendicia and ruined sub-basements in the flooded district. He performs disgusting rituals beneath the old abbey. But if he really wants to meet me, he could start by being a bit more interesting.
The outsider walks among us. Oh, missed you. So that's interesting. And Sokolov just pops over to Pendicia? Christ. You wouldn't think so, considering how deadly Pendicia is meant to be. But apparently so. And also the disgusting rituals. Did he actually manage to disgust the outsider? Damn, like, well done, dude. Damn it, I just went back into the same place. Ugh, a pox on thee. Fuck. Okay, there's some goons over there. We'll worry about them in a bit. I also want to mess with Lord Pratchett over there. Well, I may be a fan of his Hogfather book. Well, We Little Men book. That's not going to stop me from controlling him. Well, hitting the control key at him. Not mind control. What the? How the hell? Up here. Bastard. Come on, get up there. There we go. What's this jump? It's beautiful. You can really get around well. Here we go. Stuff. Damn it. I meant to use this. Thank you. Something downstairs. A map? A painting, perhaps? If it's in here, it's more than likely a painting. Irritating. For some reason, there's no stairs down further. Okay, it's not in here, so it's... Okay. So, let's see what's here. Southgate Bridge, Drawbridge Way, Mid-Row Subsection, North End. So, are these the 4 zones in the map? Alright. Seriously. Did they really just run up and get fried? Wasn't really the brightest moves on their part, was it? Ooh, I can just crouch under that? Nice. For a moment I thought they had stumbled onto me. Cards scoreboard. Game 1, bet is 5 coins each. Jack. 23 to 0, 38 to 0, 59 to 0, 59 to 3, 70 to 3, 82 to 3, 103 to 3, 100, and then 13. Kind of wondering who was dead first, really. Actually, no, I think they kind of... Wait, then Dark Vision. Okay. For a moment, you know, since the other guy was losing so much, I was thinking it was like one guy playing against a corpse for a bit, but I think the other guy just wasn't lucky. Or something. Maybe that my interpretation was more accurate. Okay, they've been juddered now, but it was by the Sackjo's mooks. No point in taking them down. Ooh, what's this? Ah, come on. Move. Beautiful. Sackjaw's shipment note. Here's the lax you need to sell on Caldwell's Bridge this week. When you've moved everything, bring the money back to the distillery. I'll give you your cut in next week's shipment. If you're too dumb and you get caught, throw the elixir in the river so that they can't give it to Sokolov. Don't want them figuring out what we're doing. Then throw yourself in the river too. A bitter leaf crematorium and food works. Also removed your dearly departed loved one. Full incineration with no remains but ash. Retrieval from your home with gentle handling. Oh, I'm sure. Oh yes, that's where we came up. Nice. I wonder if sliding is silent. Doesn't sound it. Reality, you could probably have climbed under that.
This is ridiculous. Stupid rats. Plague. Elixir. Crap.
Okay, so we're now around the other side. Something's for rent. I have to hold it down, it's not a double press. I think I can remember that. Water looks weird.
I'll write to her again. She has to see reason.
Can't really get close. Wait. Boards. No.
None of this would have gotten so bad if that damn fool Corvo hadn't killed the Empress. Cut. Where are you?
Ow. Shit. I wasn't talking there because I was hoping if I didn't talk I could focus and, you know, I'll be right. Could you just fuck off? I have a few guys on my ass. Ow! Fuck. Slow time. Oh, you utter bastard. I think I wasted 2 shots on him. Well, 2 shots that missed. Okay, that got used in